You are trying hard, harder than most people around you. You wake up early, you read, you watch videos, you take notes. You promise yourself that this time will be different. And yet, nothing really changes. Your life looks almost the same. Your body feels the same. Your finances feel tight. Your focus disappears halfway through the day. So you push harder. More motivation, more goals, more pressure on yourself. But here is the uncomfortable truth no one tells you. Effort is not the problem. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are not lacking willpower. You are just pushing in the wrong direction. Trying harder usually means adding more. More tasks, more habits, more rules, more expectations. But at this stage of life, growth doesn't come from adding. It comes from removing. Removing distractions. Removing pointless decisions. Removing habits that quietly drain you every day. Nothing changes because your system stays the same. You keep waking up to the same chaos, the same notifications, the same unplanned mornings, the same exhausted evenings. You are trying to build a new life on top of an old structure. And no matter how motivated you are, a broken structure always wins. This video is not about working harder. It's about understanding why effort alone stops working and what actually creates change when motivation is gone. If you feel like you're stuck despite trying everything, this is where the real work begins. For most of your life, effort worked. You tried harder, and things improved. You stayed up late, results followed. You pushed through fatigue and survived. So you learned one simple rule. When life gets hard, push harder. But after 40, that rule quietly breaks. Your body doesn't recover the same way. Your mind doesn't reset overnight. Your energy no longer refills just because you want it to. Yet you keep using the same strategy. You add more hours. You tighten your schedule. You demand more discipline from a system that is already overloaded. And slowly, effort turns against you. You wake up tired even after sleep. Your patience gets thinner. Your focus fractures faster. Small problems feel heavier than they should. This is not weakness. This is misplaced effort. Effort without structure creates friction. Friction creates exhaustion. Exhaustion kills consistency. After 40, progress is no longer about intensity. It's about alignment. Most men don't burn out because they do too little. They burn out because they fight their own biology, their own rhythms, their own limits. They try to live like they're 25 with a 45-year-old nervous system. And no amount of motivation can fix that. The illusion of effort tells you, if you're tired, you're not trying hard enough. The truth is the opposite. You are tired because you are trying too hard in the wrong places. Real discipline at this stage doesn't demand more force. It demands better leverage, less pushing, more positioning. Not asking, how can I do more? But asking, how can this require less from me every day? That question changes everything. You don't collapse all at once. You fade. Not from one big failure, but from hundreds of small leaks you stopped noticing. No one talks about this stage. There's no diagnosis, no warning sign, just a quiet feeling that everything costs more energy than it used to. The invisible drain starts with decisions. Too many choices before noon. Too many messages to respond to. Too many things asking for your attention before you've even stabilized yourself. Each decision feels small, but together they tax your nervous system all day. Then there's digital noise, not just social media, but constant context switching. One thought interrupted by another. One task broken into 10 fragments. Your mind never finishes a cycle. It stays open, unresolved, tense. Add poor recovery disguised as rest. Scrolling is not rest. Late nights are not recovery. Weekends filled with obligations don't reset you. You wake up Monday already depleted. And finally, there's self-negotiation. The constant internal debate. Should I work out today? Should I eat better tomorrow? I'll start again next week. Every negotiation erodes trust with yourself. After 40, these drains don't just slow you down. They compound. You feel behind without knowing why. You feel tired without a clear cause. You blame yourself and push harder. But the problem was never motivation. It was leakage. Discipline at this stage is not heroic. It's surgical. You don't need to add effort. You need to seal the leaks. Until you do, no amount of trying will ever feel like progress. Once you see the leaks, the next question becomes obvious. Why does willpower keep failing even when you know what to fix? Because willpower is reactive. Systems are preventative. Willpower asks you to decide again and again. Systems remove the need to decide. After 40, your problem is no longer knowledge. You already know what to eat. You already know you should move your body. You already know what drains you. What you lack is protection. Every day without a system, you wake up exposed. Exposed to notifications. Exposed to interruptions. Exposed to negotiations with yourself. And willpower is forced to fight from the moment you open your eyes. That fight is unwinnable. A system doesn't rely on how you feel. It works when you're tired. It works when you're distracted. It works when motivation disappears. Small systems beat big intentions. A fixed wake-up time beats an ambitious morning routine. A default meal beats constant diet decisions. A scheduled walk beats waiting for energy. These systems look boring. They don't feel powerful. They don't give you a rush. But they quietly close the leaks. They reduce friction. They reduce decisions. They reduce internal conflict. And slowly, energy returns. Not because you tried harder, but because less is required of you. This is why men who rebuild after 40 don't talk about motivation. They talk about rules. They talk about structure. They talk about removing choice from the things that matter most. Willpower is a match. A system is a furnace. One burns fast and disappears. The other keeps you standing long after the spark is gone. Real change doesn't begin with motivation. It begins with design. Most men try to discipline themselves inside a poorly designed life. They wake up to chaos. They react all day. And at night, they blame themselves for lacking control. But discipline works best when it's built into the environment. You don't need more strength. You need fewer obstacles. Design starts with defaults. Default wake-up time. Default first action. Default meal. Default shutdown hour. When something is default, it no longer asks for willpower. Then comes boundaries. Not aggressive rules, clear edges. When work ends. When screens go off, when conversations stop, boundaries protect energy before it's drained. Next is sequencing. Important things happen early, before the world reaches you. Movement before messages, silence before noise, structure before demand. Finally, design for low resistance. If something requires friction, it won't survive tired days. Lay out clothes the night before. Remove apps that hijack attention. Make the right choice easier than the wrong one. This is not about control. It's about relief. A well-designed life doesn't push you forward. It stops pulling you backward. And when less is draining you, consistency becomes natural. When you stop forcing, something quiet shifts. You don't suddenly feel motivated. You don't wake up excited. You don't transform overnight. But you stop leaking. Your days feel steadier. Your mind feels less crowded. Your energy lasts longer without being pushed. You begin to trust yourself again. Not because of big wins, but because you show up the same way every day. Small actions done without drama start to compound. You walk even when it's boring. You eat simply without debate. You shut things down on time. Nothing impressive, nothing to post, nothing to explain, but your life stops fighting you. After 40, progress feels quieter, less emotional, more solid. You realize you don't need intensity to move forward. You need consistency that doesn't hurt. This is what real discipline becomes. Not force, not pressure, not self-punishment, but alignment. When your structure supports you, effort becomes lighter. And when effort is lighter, change finally has room to happen.